this week on the Honey Break Experience.
What now? I'm tired of this dirty old city, and I'm tired of too much work, never enough play. There's folks who never work, they got plenty. I think it's time guys like me had some fun.
How about that floating green in the sunshine?
Set me loose, set me free, somewhere in the middle of Montana. Give me all I've got, come into me, and keep your retirement and your so-called Social Security. Big city, turn me loose, set me free.
Well, this week's show, we've got Mr. Barry Bells, a new friend of mine in the music industry, and some old friends, Blake McKay and Waylon Hill. Got to do a little late January duck hunting in high water, bearing straight conditions. Y'all stick around and see what all we can get into.
They've got plenty. I think it's time guys like me had some fun. So turn me loose, set me free, somewhere in the middle of Montana. Give me all I've got, come into me, and keep your retirement and your so-called Social Security. Big city, turn me loose, set me free. Yeah, big city, turn me loose, set me free. Yeah, it's been a while.
Love Mo.
The thing you don't want to happen after you play a little music is the next morning is to show up and have the gale force winds and all your decoys spread all the way across the field. So had to work the decoys there for a good 30 minutes. The bad part was, I just got in the blind from fixing all the decoys. And Jared calls and says, y'all want to come over here? We already limited out. So heck no, we're going to kill at least one duck off these decoys that we just finished moving before we move it. Kill him. A good strong wind, extra high water. We had to work for them.
The Honey Break Experience is brought to you by Bandit, innovations in hunting and outdoor gear. Mojo, if it ain't magic, it ain't mojo. This is the Honey Break Experience.
Old Uncle Buck, Blake McKay, I've known him, I guess, all my life. His dad worked at the farm here on Louisiana Delta Plantation.
See, my dad's an ag pilot, and he was a pilot on the farm here, and we grew up hunting here. And Drew and I have been hunting together since we were kids. We basically lived at each other's houses, and he was either at my house or I was at his house.
They always pick on me. There'd be a lot of times that I'd be over at their house, you know, watching TV and eating a Swan's pizza or some chocolate almond ice cream, and that before they even got home. So it was to say we were brothers. That would be an understatement. Here they are.
Had one of Drew's friends in the blind with us, and he had brought a buddy of his that's really new to duck hunting.
Grew up hunting with my dad, my brother, and family members. Started out deer hunting, then it evolved into turkey hunting, and then I went hunting 2 years ago with two good friends of mine back home, duck hunting for the first time. But I wanted to really get to know duck hunting, and so Blake invited me this year and went into a pit, took my son, he's 10, and killed his first duck, and got invited here, and I'm hooked, absolutely hooked.
Kill him. Hold on.
Those are in my range, I'm just saying.
Those are in your range?
Yeah, he's just safe. Don't put it out there like that.
If you're gonna hang around us, especially, you know, Blake and I knowing each other since we were kids, you better have pretty thick skin.
Can you tell me how to get to Boots Grocery? Sir? B-O-O-T, comma to the top, S.
Comma to the top, S.
Because a friend of Blake's is a friend of mine, so I'm gonna treat him just like I treat Blake.
Kill it. A big old pintail. What happened to killing? Did you shoot?
Nope, gunshot.
Waylon, you didn't shoot?
I didn't.
Really?
I swear I didn't. I wanted to shoot him when he was here, but I'm waiting on you to say shoot. I don't want to be.
I'm gonna let him float by as far as he can.
I figured him coming down that way, Waylon had laid the spoon to him.
We didn't
I'll still throw my gun at him.
Well, there's no holds barred. If you foul up, we're gonna be quick-witted and quick to point out. You shot the ducks way too far, you're moving around, you're pie facing.
But we had two birds come right into decoys. Drew called it and we jumped up and we're shooting that way. And Waylon is like shooting up here. Like, what are you shooting at? And we look and there's ducks that, like, you know, they're on oxygen, they're so far up there.
As it was Waylon's best duck hunting he'd ever been on in his life, I know that, hold on a second, we got a ding dong over here hitting the pole. Is there a rock pile you can go play in or something? Yeah, you can go play by the water over there or something. Put your hands in your pocket. I always figured somebody was doing something stupid, it had been you. You ready? Where was I? Are you done over there, Sam? Are you done with that bell ringing? The door's open. Doodle-doo, doodle-doo. It doesn't bother me, it just bothers the guy with headphones on.
But they weren't that bad, were they?
Barry and Waylon fell right in there with us. It was a lot of fun to share that fun with him.
My bad.
The Honey Break Experience is brought to you by Honey Break Lodge and Outfitters, the experience of a lifetime. Gator Tail, taking you places you never thought possible. This is the Honey Break Experience.
Nice change of weather. It's been real hot. Had a first day of cold weather for a change, and the birds didn't really work early, and then it finally they started kicking in. And
I'm not used to hunting, a lot of open water, and of course, with all the extra rainfall and flooding, more than what everybody around here is typically used to.
I got me one finally, about time. Hey!
finally got a cold snap in and brought in some new ducks, and they really responded to his call this morning. He just dropped them in and they came feet first, and we locked up and knocked them down.
Get him, get him. Two greenhead.
Today was the first time ever, I believe, that I've ever seen mallards work like that, and I can see why they're so much fun. Just ripping them out of the sky.
And the way that wind was blowing, they came up the trough and just like they were hanging there on a string.
That's really a nice change, because here lately they've just been hard to work. They've been, I don't know if it's been call shy or if it's been the same ducks. My opinion, it's been the same ducks because the weather's been so hot and hadn't had a cold snap.
Get him, get him.
Oh, Waylon, I think this might have been the first time he'd actually seen mallards work. And even though the conditions were tough for us, taking somebody new like that, it's the best one he's ever been on.
And it's always a great thing to experience that, but especially to have somebody new and sort of be able to experience it through their eyes, see something like that they've not seen a lot of.
Tell you what, the funny thing is, I'd never heard of hunting break. He asked me to go hunting with him in Louisiana at his brother's place and possibly at his buddy's place. I was like, all right, yeah, cool. I'd love to go somewhere different and hunt. Well, he sent me a video, a link of hunting break, and I was like a kid. I was like, what? This place is unbelievable. So, of course, I showed everybody, like, look where I'm going, and I was the last one on earth, I think, that has heard of it. They're like, oh yeah, you're going there, wow. So, got here, blown away, still in awe. I mean, look at this place. It's crazy beautiful. So yeah, I'll definitely be back.
Get him, get him.
Cashman was showing off. We shot a couple teal down. He was coming back with the first one, and I sent him back to the other one, and he picked up both of them and came back in. Efficiency in this high water situation.
Honey Break Gun Dog Tip, brought to you by Avery, first and forever.
Jared, looks like you got you a real nice one right here. Like she's gonna do just fine. Pick up a lot of ducks for you.
Well, I hope so. Mr. Joe, that's a big question we get asked all the time is, how do y'all go about picking a puppy? So if you don't mind, just explain how you pick a puppy.
Well, the first thing I'm gonna look at is the pedigree. I wanna buy the best pedigree that I can afford. Whenever you look at a pedigree, you wanna look at all the titles. Titles means the dog is trainable, or the parents are. If you're gonna train the dog yourself, you might wanna look more towards a hunting dog pedigree. If you're gonna send it to a pro trainer and you want a really strong running dog, then you might get something that's in the field trial stuff, or a combination of both. And then, you know, you send it to a pro trainer where he can control more of this dog, so that when you're going to be a lot more happier with it whenever you get it back. It's not a type of dog that the amateur would try to train himself, you know. Once you find the pedigree and the dog that you're looking for, you want to check on the people that are breeding it. And you want to make sure they have a real good reputation on their dogs that they've sold.
Yes.
And you also want a good guarantee on the hip and eyes. Usually it runs around 26 months.
Yes, and that goes back, you find a good breeder with a good reputation, he's going to make sure all your health clearances is good and all that's going to be up to par, and you should be way ahead, because there you hoping to get, you know, 10 to 15-ish years out of this dog. So that's one of your cheapest investments is the puppy. So do your homework and pick a good one that'll hopefully make you happy for that many more years.
That's right.
And that's your Honey Break Gun Dog Tip of the Week. Please submit your training questions to our partners at Avery.com. And if we select your question on TV or our website, we'll send you a Banded Avery care package.
For more gun dog tips, head on over to honeybreak.com or find us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter.
The Honey Break Experience is brought to you by War Eagle, built for hunters who love to fish. Mossy Oak, it's not a passion, it's an obsession. This is the Honey Break Experience.
Well, this was Barry Bell's first trip to Honey Break. We've been through Tack Robinson. You know, we were just trying to connect the dots, and it just so happened that this year it worked out on his little about a 6-week-long waterfowl tour in Louisiana. We fit him in. I love music, and he's really good at it. And then 26 Grammys, that's a big deal. In him, he's the top of the food chain in the music industry, and he has a passion for the outdoors and waterfowling like I do.
Barry's camera's back. Hold on. That was your bull carriage back. I did my part. I can't help you if you didn't shoot at it. What do you think? I want to take one pellet. You're right here. Look at Cash compensating for his lead.
Over the last few years, we've gotten into farming a little bit heavier than I had previously. Got to the point in my career where I had time to sort of reevaluate what was important in my life. Left Nashville, moved back to East Tennessee, moved back to the farm, and raising a family. Got an 8-year-old boy. He's the 6th generation to live there.
He's a really cool guy. I mean, he's all about living off the land. He raises his own hogs, raises his own chickens, and they're raising his kids up to love and respect where their food comes from and the whole farm to table aspect of things.
Get it. Hey!
Don't come by and do that again.
It was such an important thing to me that what part that played in my life, that I wanted him to experience that, you know, raising animals. That was one of the big things I wanted him to be really aware of, is not just thinking his food came from the grocery store and having a real interest in it, and kind of getting back to the land and not being so dependent on others for, you know, for what you're eating and the things you're doing, which goes hand in hand with the outdoor lifestyle, with hunting and fishing. And
I want everybody to have their best hunt here. It's just, you know, we do all we can to manage the property and control the things we can. It's just, it is a wild duck. They don't want to cooperate the day that they got clients here. You know, it's just something we have to deal with. So We did work quite a few birds, and it was a successful hunt. Like I say, for me personally, and being able to share the blind with those guys, and I look forward to doing it many more times.
Closed captioning provided by Avery, First and Forever. Coming up next week,